Hello, 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 hello. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, isn't it? Oh, this stupid thing hasn't updated itself again, has it? Bear with me one moment. Where are we? Tools. Advanced scene switcher. Why this doesn't trigger, I don't know. Macro. On leaving intro. If transitioning from intro. Perform this operation. But it's not doing. And on just me entry, it's supposed to do this, and it's not doing. If transitioning to this scene, do this. No, I'm not going to. Stroppy system. Anyway. We're here now. Yes, ASRock motherboard. The one from the other day. Where is it? There we go. This one here. Time to rip it out and cap map it. And see which capacitors I've got in stock to do a replacement cap on it. And which ones I need to order. So, no time like the present. Let's delve into it and rip it out. And for that, I'm going to switch microphones, I think. If I can find them on my list of inputs. Far too many inputs. There we go. That should be the other microphone now. Right. Let's just delve straight into it. What have we got? We've got disconnect cables. Disconnect more cables. Cut cable tie. Find screwdriver. Remove cards. Out with the modem first. Lovely, lovely classic Win modem. This is a Smart Link chipset. Oh, must be a cheap one. Not a proper connectant one. Rip off all these cables off from the front panel. Ooh, those are... oh, God knows what those are. They're all labelled, that's okay, that's not too bad. It's USB, that lot. And out with the IDE connectors. And off with the serial header. Right. Screws are plenty now. 1. 2. 3. And 4. That's the easy ones. Now these ones at the back for 5 and 6. 5. Number 6 is, I can't see because there's too many cameras in the way. 6. Can't get that one out. There we go. Right, that should have released it. That feels loose, yep. We are out. Let's move this beast out of the way. One motherboard. And let's zoom down on it. There we go. Lots and lots and lots of bulging caps. Currently I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, 14. Maybe 15. I can't count. I can't count these things. I need to put a spot on each one that I've counted, but there's no point. Right, so we are going to cap map this on caps.wiki and then see about the possibility of doing some replacements. They look fairly standard capacitors. 6.3 volt 3300 microfarad and 6.3 volt 1000 microfarad. They're all, I think they're all on the 5 volt rail. So I will also want to look at the power supply from this computer to see what the capacitors in there are like, because this could well be the symptom of the power supply's output capacitors on the 5 volt rail failing. So they may be needing to be replaced as well. So let's start off by taking off all the rest of the components, the memory and the CPU. Find a suitable screwdriver. Here we go. I hate these clips. Did I ever mention that I hate these clips? And here is our AMD Duron. Remove this. And we shall place that into a protective bag. Keep it safe. Right. I mean, the board itself is really quite clean considering its age. It's just the capacitors are all spicy. Ooh, hello Cobb, how you doing? Sneaking up on me there and shouting hello. Actually, I could do it a bit more volume. It's very quiet, my sound at the moment. That's a bit better. I'm not doing too badly. I'm doing better than this motherboard is anyway. Although I think I'm bulging more than the capacitors on this motherboard. Right, so I think the first thing I'll need to do is take a decent photograph of it for caps.wiki. There it is, the second time I heard it. I don't know if you heard it or not. It's quite quiet actually. I might see about turning the music down and turning everything else up. Currently we're on -10, so let's have the BGM volume as -15 and overlay audio, turn that up. Actually I might go 18. BGM volume -18. And I'll do a higher. That's a bit better. I have full control now. Yeah, so let's take a photo of this. I've got my camera all set up. If I can find my mouse. And over to my other computer. Oh, I know what I need. Oh, I'm definitely more spicy. Well, it depends what I've been eating, I suppose, as to whether I'm spicy or not. Oh, this is still got things on from last time I used it. I think I need to clean this off. There we go. Right, let's get this back on. Okay. It's Thursday, so yes, he's probably working on a video today. He likes to get them ready for Saturday to release during Shelby's stream. Let's turn this down a little. Doesn't look too bad. Did that work? I'm not sure that worked. Hang on, let's start a new session. New folder. ASRock. Open. Is that going to take a photo? It is, there we go. Oh, wrong one. I don't want to open wine. Why is that even an option? Why would I ever want to open a picture with wine? Go away. Open with Gwenview. Not bad, a bit fuzzy perhaps. Let's experiment with different settings. Slower shutter and smaller aperture. I don't mind about it blowing out a bit on the reflective items, as long as the board is nicely visible. Oh, I might turn off that light, the one that's directly above it. It's darker now, of course, but I should get a flatter light on it now. That looks pretty good. I'm not sure how Entangle deals with autofocus, but that looks pretty well focused. Let's try that. Open with Gwenview. How's this looking? Oh, it's looking pretty good. Let's rotate it around to the way it should be. You can see all the nice bulging caps in this now anyway. Oh, look at that one there. Oh, spicy. They are very spicy caps. That's a tolerable image. Right, now let's close that a moment. Oh! That was loud. I think I need to turn sound down on here. And we shall open this instead in, where is it? GNU Image Manipulation Program. Where we shall now do our rotation. And that's set to crop, isn't it? Yeah, let's crop it. As tight as we dare. Okay, that's pretty good. Cropped. And now colors, levels. Let's just pull this one down a little. And this one up a little here. Okay, and adjust the gamma slightly. Just want to pick out some of this detail on the left here is kind of hidden. But I don't want to blow out the rest of it, so I'll put that there. Then let's do a shadows and highlights. And we'll just bring up the shadows a bit, I think. See if that helps. That's helping a little. And should we take the white point up, but bring the highlights down? That's better. That looks good. Haha, Carrot House, welcome, welcome. We were just wondering where you were lurking. Now I'm cap mapping to put it onto caps.wiki so that we can detail all the nice bulging capacitors like that one there. Oh, look at the spiciness of that one. Right, what I'm thinking I might do now is if I add a layer mask and go into painting mode, I can now wipe out everything around the edges and make it transparent around the edges. But I want a slightly harder brush, I think. That's better. Keep it clean now, keep it clean. This is a family show. Actually, I might switch to a pencil instead and use a much smaller, squarer brush and just go straight along the edge like that. pretty good. That'll do the job. Doesn't have to be exact for this. And coming all the way down to the bottom edge here. Oh, no, that's not an edge. That's a RAM socket. That'll do that. I say it doesn't have to be absolutely exact, this cutting out. Hello, Caradas. The caps are looking fine. They are if you like your caps to explode and leak everywhere. They're looking perfect. Me, I'm not so fond of that, really. I would rather all the juices stay inside my capacitors. But that's just me being fussy, I think. Nearly there. Just around the... This is a... might be the VGA connector, this one? I can't remember. No, this will be the game port connector, it's orange. That's just the screw, that's why it looked so small. I was thinking it's a very small connector, it's just the screw of the connector. There we go, and down the other side. And along to the screw on this side. Where's that going? It's going down here. That's the edge of a USB connector there, isn't it? Me playing in Microsoft Paint for Windows 3.1? No, this is GIMP. It's not that advanced. Right, round the network socket there. nearly done it. Just this one connector left to do. And the last nut. And along here and down to the corner. And we're cut out. Right, now I want to fill... Nope, that's not what I want. Fill whole section. That's a no. Where is it? Mode normal, foreground fill. That should be it. Nope, it's doing far too much. Why am I in the wrong colour anyway here? What do I want? I want to show layer mask. There we go. Opacity isn't quite right, that's why. So now can I fill these areas? I can. And now fill the outside. No, why is it overflowing all the time? There must be some leakage somewhere. And I don't like leakage. Oh, why are you doing that? Stop doing that. I need diagonal neighbours turned on. Let's adjust the threshold up and select these again. These should now all be solid black. Let's do a select of. No. Why is it selecting the whole thing? Is it because it's an image mask and not an ordinary image? Possibly. Oh well, looks like I'm doing this manually. Stupid GIMP. I don't like GIMP sometimes. Power goo. I don't know power goo. What's power goo? It sounds iffy. face morphing tool from the 90s. Oh, that does ring a bell actually, yeah. That rings a very faint bell. I don't think it's something I ever used, but I do, yeah, the name does, now you mention it in that context, does seem slightly familiar. Kai's Power Tools. Oh yes, I remember Kai's Power Tools. I'd forgotten about the existence of them. I'm going to have to do a stream on those one day, I think, aren't I? See if they're still available somewhere. Fortunately, this isn't quite as intricate or delicate as cutting out that set of parachuting GIFs for the raid alert that I did a while back. This is considerably easier and more rough and ready. Plus, there's only one of them. There's another section here that didn't fill right. There we go. And here, I don't know why it decided it was going to do a different colour. We're not so far off now. The fiddly bits around the connectors. I wish it would just fill the area properly. Let's just cut a section out here and see what happens if I go and fill it. Yeah, that worked. But why, if I try and fill here, does the whole thing? I don't know, because there's no gaps in it, as far as I can see. That's one solid line going all the way around. But it just fills the entire thing if I try and fill it, which is somewhat annoying, because it would be so easy just to do a quick fill and have done with it. Let's just cut straight across here a moment. That's a solid line there. Let's go to fill. That's okay. I'm wondering if it's where it goes off the edge in some way. Let's put a nice line straight down there. And then fill that side. Nope. And fill that side. No. Let's put a border around the whole thing like that. And now fill. There we go. It's something to do with it going off the edge of the image, I think. Anyway, we're as good as there now. A little bit here. little bit there, a happy little tree here. Okay, how's this looking? Turn off show layer mask. Not looking too bad. Right, now let's do a bit of GIMP magic, shall we? We select the layer mask. Then I go filters, blur, Gaussian blur. And give it a bit of... Is that going to work or not? It sort of gives it a halo around the edge now. No, first off I want to select the layer mask again and select by colour. Okay, so I've selected all the black. Just like my halo. No, that was a white halo. This needs to be a black halo for me. Select by colour. And add these bits to it. Okay, that's all that's selected. Right, I'm just going to quickly go back to my pencil tool in black and just make sure that everything is black. Actually, there we go. Everything is now black, and if I go select, grow by 6 and add extra black into that area. That should then cut in to the edge a little more. Yeah. Oops. Redo. Control A to select all. Now I do filters, blur, Gaussian blur. That's better. Give it just a little bit of blur around the edge and it cures all known ills. Any roughness from the cutting out has now disappeared. A little bit of GIMP foo for you. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm going to save that. And export as... what is it? It's the K7VM2. As a PNG, right. That's image done. Take off my second pair of glasses, I don't need those on. Taking a while to save. Not that big an image. It's not a slow computer, this either. There we go. Okay. So we are done with that now. And now we want caps.wiki. Right, let's create a new page. ASRock K7VM2. Right, my first ever time doing one of these pages, so I have no clue what I'm doing. Okay, so K7VM2. Come on, are you going to type or not? Or is that... no, that should be... I don't know what I'm doing here. You must confirm your email address before editing pages. Okay, let's fix this quickly. Although I'm a member of the auto-confirmed users. Maybe I don't have an email address. I'm one of the first users on here, so I may not have everything that's been added in later iterations of the site. There we go. Set myself an email address. A confirmation mail has been sent, supposedly. Your email address is now confirmed. Okay. Try again. There we go. I am human. Please click on all images containing food usually served cold. Right. Okay. I'm going to need your help with this, I think. Serve cold. What is there here? Is drink included in food? Because these all look to me like hot foods. Various forms of kebabby kind of things, burritos, tacos, that sort of thing, and yeah, all apart from 3 glasses of cranberry juice, which I don't count as food. I count those as drink, and drink isn't food. Art show to ordering food online. It's a dodgy captcha that can't be answered. There is no food there that is served cold. Let's try a different one. What on earth is this? Please click on the object that differs from the other. Okay, we've got 3 brown bears, we've got a teddy bear, and we've got a dog. Which one differs, the dog or the teddy bear? There are 2 that differ there. Or is it this bear here because he's on all 4s and the others aren't? Is it... I don't know. Which one is the one that differs? There are multiple ones that differ. These captures are getting stupid these days. I'm going to choose the teddy bear because he's not a real animal. All the others are real animals. Okay. That was obviously wrong. I don't know what this stream's turning into. Please click on the object that differs from the others. I choose that one because he's the one who's lounging. All the others are sat or stood quite normally. He's lounging around. So he differs from the others. Please try again. No. Ah, this looks like it might be more doable. All images containing food usually served cold. Chat. Get burgered. We're all getting burgered by Google. God damn you, Google. How dare you burger us like this? We're all getting burgered, the whole lot of us. You all have to, all of you will have to be unburgered by sending a burger to somebody else. Google has burgered the lot of us. God damn you, Google. Right, what's normally served cold? Well, ice cream is. I don't know what's going on with this burger here. It's blown its top. Okay. I think that's the only ones that can be counted as being served cold. It's a capacitor burger. Yes, it is. A spicy burger. Hey, finally, I'm human. I am actually human for once. Right. Okay, we created the basic empty page. Whew. Let's go and edit again. The jury is still out. Indeed it is. Right, can we edit this? Ah, we can type in it now. Okay. So this is the K7VM2. Picture of the device. I haven't uploaded the picture. Component mounting technology. Through-hole, SMD, BGA, sockets. I think that's everything, isn't it? We have aluminium. I'm spelling aluminium correctly. Even though Firefox doesn't think I am. Because Firefox is thick. We have ceramics on here. There's no polymers or tantalums, are there? No. No polymers or tantalums. CR 2020. My brain has just gone 2032, that's it, isn't it? 2032. I couldn't remember the number then. I know it's off by heart, but I just could not remember then. Do you have to damage the device to open it? No. Right. Let's save that a moment. And we'll go and upload a file. Recent files, that one there, maximum size 50 megabytes. Hopefully that'll fit. It may not do actually. It's 26 meg, that's fine. K7VM2 motherboard with bulging capacitors. Okay. All captures are evil if you ask me. Did you know that with Google Captures, the reason for having the captures is not to identify if you're a human or not. they're actually there to aid in the training of their machine learning data. You're competing with Google's AI. It's putting up things it thinks are whatever the capture category is, plus random things that it thinks aren't. And then your error creating thumbnail. Oh, joy. Okay. Anyway, I'll come back to that in a sec. Yeah, you're competing with their AI. It's putting up things it thinks are the category and things it thinks aren't the category, and then you're confirming it and helping to train its AI on that data. As a side effect, it's yeah, that'd be the same for all of them. Yeah, as a side effect, it's filtering out robots, but the main thing is it's there to help train their AI on the data, or to confirm the AI's training on its data. So, but they don't tell you that, do they? Right, it doesn't like a file with dimensions greater than 12.5 megapixels. Let's shrink it down a bit then, shall we? To let's go for a percentage of, let's have it 75%. And re-export. Do you want me to do a mukbang stream? Because you'll be shit out of luck. I have no food here. Okay, that's exported. Upload a new version of this file. Browse. Upload file. Let's see if this one works. Sorry, you'll be poo out of luck. Ouch! That's an abuse of your position, I think, there, Carrot House. Oh, you might be up for a demotion at the next review. Come on, hurry up. Caps.wiki is a bit slow today. There we go. Hang on, what's going on around the... Oh, hello. Ah, hey, what? Has that exported a bigger image than is actually here? Let's go layer to image size. I think it actually somehow expanded out the image to other stuff that was already in there. I think I need to do another export here. It was doing strange things. We've got all this shadowing and things around the edge here. It's weird. It's done very weird things. Let's upload a new version. Yeah, but that image data shouldn't exist. It looks like it had exported the whole of the layer rather than the cropped image. Which might be why it was doing weird things with its filling. Oh, Carrot House timed me out for 5 minutes. or 10 minutes or something. He timed me out in chat, so I can't talk in chat except of course I'm the streamer, so of course I can still chat, but he's abusing his position as a moderator. This is the version that had done weird things. I mean, that's so not right. It's harder to see on the stream, I think, but it's bigger than it should be, and all this stuff around the edge here shouldn't exist. If we go to this version, that's how it should be. Much better. Right. So k7vm2.png. If we go back into here, edit, .png. There it is. We should now hopefully have an image. Yay, there it is. Excellent. I don't know what this device alerts thing is. Ignore. Symptom or problem encountered. Causes capacitor plague. Solutions replace capacitors. Disassembly notes. Unscrew and remove from computer chassis. Basic PCB name. Motherboard, I guess. You feel like you're upholding the high standards set by me. I don't have high standards. Motherboard. There is only motherboard as a part. Let's have a look. Right, capacitor specifications. Let's see what capacitors there are. We shall start off with let's pick a capacitor type at random. This one is the closest one to me. One of the smallest ones, which is a 6.3 volt, 1000 microfarads. .3 volts. Mount through hole diameter. These are 5s, are they? Not sure what the size of these are. Where's my calipers? Where are my calipers hiding? I've had them recently. Ah, there they are. Got them. I have never locked you in the basement, Carrot House. I've locked you outside, yes, but never locked you in the basement. Come on, 0. Are you going to 0 for me or not? there we go. Right. .5s these are. .5 millimeters. Height is hard to measure while it's on the board, but they are 12mm-ish. Oh, hang on, I'd put that in there. 3.5 is in there. Diameter is... These stupid calipers. I must get some new calipers at some point. 8.2mm, call it 8mm. Okay. Let's see what I can glean about the rest of the details for this. They're Tycon. (105°). Tycon, I have no idea what series is. It is a bit of a good track, this one. I have no idea what series they are. Tycon is a pretty unknown brand, I think. Right, let's count these up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those. 12 of those. Okay, now I need some ref dares. CE32, is that? Or CE321? I'm not sure. No, CE32. And CE30. And we have CE25. CE25. CE20 and 21. CE20. Hello, Carrot House. CE20 and 21. 18. CE18. And hello, Cobb. CE17, that one. CE17. That one there is hard to see. CE15. Moving up through the board, we have CE13. Then buried down in here, Almost impossible to see it. I wonder if I can see it better on the image here. Not a chance. We've got CE10 and where's that one? It's 9. It's hidden away in there. CE's 10 and 9. And this one here, CE8. Let's get a bit more light on the subject. See if I can get any inkling of what might be in here. Ah, found it. CE12, tucked right down behind the VGA connector. CE12. Actually, let's swap those two over. Right, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I must have miscounted. Let me just recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's correct. There should be 13. Okay. First capacitor done. Now, how we can find out what the series of these would be, I have no clue. But on to the second type that are bulging, which are these much larger ones. These ones here. These are 10mm wide with 5mm pitch. Right, so we have 3300 microfarads at 6.3 volts. Through hole, 10mm height. Bloomin' massive. I make these 20mm high. No, I don't. These stupid calipers are measuring. They're 25mm high. 5mm spacing. These are rated at I did measure the right one, didn't I? Yes, 105C. And they are aluminium electrolytic, and this brand is okay. No brand name, there's just NV. Whether that's a brand name or a series, I don't know. There's also KZG has other ones of a different capacitance next to it, which is similar style. It's got KZE in the same kind of arrangement, but DK instead of NV, so I don't know what brand these are. Anybody here an expert in identifying capacitor brands? Because I'm not. Oh, just unplugged my camera. Come here, you. Plug that back in. Turn it back on. Wait for it to boot up. And if I'm lucky, it might... Oh, hello. I'm obviously not lucky because my overlays just decided to core dump. That was very nice of them. Right. Where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? Microscope. Is it going to wake up? Of course it isn't. There we go. KZE series, it could be. We can focus. KZG is there and KZE is there. Chemicon. Let's have a look. That one. Oh, come back. Yep, that looks like it. Same lettering and little symbol next to it. So we have Chemicon KZEs there then. Is that how it's arranged? Chemicon? Nippon Chemicon. Right. So Nippon double P. Nippon Chemicon, and this is the KZG for this one. Okay, let's find which ones they are. We have empty ones here that have never been populated. That's going to be hidden off the side of the board then, isn't it? So we've got CE5 is that one. CE14, so 5 and 14 and 6 up here. 5, 6, 14 are the only ones bulging of those. 5, 6 and 14. Three of those. Let's save the work we have done so far. A rectangular box is a really fantastically unique and clever and cunning logo for a company, isn't it? Right. Suitable replacements. I could do with finding out what the Tycon ones are. Good old apple squircles. No, I don't want that one. I want that one. Because these are the Tycon ones. I don't know what there will be the identifier for the series. Excuse me, sneezing. Is it the 0348 series? Is it the HD series? Let's have a look for Tycon 0348. Or is that the date code? 2008. That might be the date code actually, 0348. 48th week of 2003. But here's Tycon anyway. Products. They've got 2-letter series. That's interesting. I can't English any day, and I was born here. Let's go back to microscope. These here are HD, which I believe then would be the HD series. Let's back to my computer here. HF brackets HD series. Right, so we want the series here. Come on. Oh, got to go into edit again, haven't we? The series is HF brackets HD. Brilliant. Right, those are the only ones that are bulging. Do you think I should also catalogue the ones that aren't bulging? Or not? Because there are others. 6.3, 6.3, these are all 6.3 volts, so they're all on the same 5-volt rail. But are they all on the actual same 5-volt rail or not? Probably not. Because they might be on the standby rail instead. I don't think I will for the time being. I should. Yeah, I should. I will do. I will do. I'll be good. I'll be good and catalogue them. Okay, so we've got 1500 microfarads at 6.3 volts. These are through hole. These are also 10 millimeters with 5mm pitch. They are they 105s as well. Yep, 105s. 105 degrees C. aluminium. Nippon Chemicon. These are the KZE series. Height-wise, this is 20mm. Okay, are these all KZEs? KZE. KZE. Yep, there are 3 of these. CE2, CE1, CE7. So 1, 2 and 7. CE1, CE2 and CE7. Right. Hopefully there's only one more type of electrolytic, which are another brand, TEAPO, T-E-A-P-O. T-E-A-P-O. Never heard of TEAPO. And these ones, 16 volt 100s. 16 volt 100. 16 volt 100. Okay. So we have 3 of them. 16 volts. These are diameter is just if I could measure with these stupid calipers, it would help. According to this, it's 5.79, so I shall go 6mm. Height is not a lot. According to these calipers, minus 7.5mm. We have negative capacitors here. I will put those at 8mm. Lead spacing 2.54mm. And they are rated at 105. And this is TEAPO. I have never heard of TEAPO. And what are the ref des of these? That's 28, 27, 28 and 16. 16, 27, 28. CE. What did I say? 16, 17? No. What are we on? 16, 27, 28. 27 and 28. Right. Let's see if I can find TEAPO. Oh, there's an entry for them in bad caps. That bodes. Let's have a look at Farnell's listing of TEAPO capacitors. Okay, there's 47 listed. We want 16 volts. 100 microfarad. There is one. And it's not that one. Hello? No, that's... No, where are we? This is showing me something else now. It's lost all the filters. Okay, so TEAPO. 16 volt. Okay, this looks like it might be them. They have very, very few offerings. They're just a very, very basic, nothing special capacitor, aren't they? Where's the... Yeah, they're a very basic, boring capacitor. Just their SH standard series. So we shall have SH for, yeah, SH for what they are. Although those capacitors have survived quite happily, there's nothing wrong with those ones at all by the looks of things. It's the Nippon Chemicon and a Taikon. Right, so now we need to work out some good replacements. Right, these ones here, the HF series from Taikon. %, that's pretty rough. $2,000, meh. 4,000 for the 10mm ones. Frequency coefficients, fine. Don't know what any of this means. Impedance. So these are the 1000s. 10 by 12.5. Let me just... Eight by 12, I've got these as. By 40, no. I'm looking in the wrong table here, aren't I? 1000, no, 10 by 12.5. So we've got impedance. That is the ones, isn't it? It must be those ones, yeah. So 20C 0.053. Right, so 0.053 ohms at 100 kilohertz. Let's have a look on a DigiKey. For passives, aluminium electrolytic, and we want 1000 microfarads. At 6.3 volts, plus minus 20%. Impedance, we need it to be around the 50 milliohms. Lead spacing was 5 millimeters, I believe. Was it? No. Yes? 3.5. There. They do a 16 millimeter. They don't do a 12.5. There's one capacitor, which is by Kyocera AVX. One capacitor that is an pretty much identical specification, although the size is slightly different. 8mm by 16, so it's slightly higher, but that's a pretty good match. So into here, compatible part number. Let's get a clean URL. No, come back. Edit. Done. Okay, that's one sorted. Next one. We want 3300 microfarads. 33, where are you? 33. Okay, and which was this? This was the KZG. KZG series, okay. Impedance 6.3 volts, 3300, 10 by 25, 0.012 impedance. The parametric searches on every single electronic supplier is complete and utter rubbish. I have never found one that is even vaguely good. And it's all down, basically, to humans entering the same things in different ways. There is no standard way of doing things. What's the tolerance of this? 20%. Okay. These have a impedance of the low 10s, isn't it? 12 milliohms with a 5mm spacing. 3 results. Oh look, the KZG series. They're obsolete. They no longer are made, so we need to tweak it up a little with some more impedance range, I think. Where are we? Impedance. We can afford to go a few either side. Okay. That has given us a few more to choose from. Mostly obsolete, but some aren't obsolete but aren't in stock. Okay. Let's pick some Rubicons. These'll do. Where are the settings of the information? 5 by... Oh, these are tiny 5 by 12. How can they be 5 by 12? When I've specified... Unless they've got them listed in the wrong section. No, they said through hole. Radial. Need spacing 5mm. Ah, here we go. No, I see. Yeah, 12.5 dimension. 22 high. That's too big, isn't it? 12.5? It needs to be 10, not 12.5. So that's not going to fit. We need 10mm. Yes, I was unable to read. And the only ones now that come up are obsolete. This is state of electronic components these days is doing my head in. Trying to find something that's even vaguely close to what we need now is just because there's so much now is just produced as surface mount. Trying to find through-hole components that match older things are just... They may well have, but I know that Shelby does like to have DigiKey specifically on caps.wiki, but if it's not possible, then it's not possible. So, but let's broaden our horizons a little more with our impedance. Right, what do we have here? Panasonics. I like Panasonics. Lead spacing 5mm, size 10mm, that'll do 22mm, that'll do nicely. That'll do us. It's slightly higher impedance, but tiny amount. Well, what about these 18 milliohms? Same size, slightly higher. 27. What are these? I've got these as 25, so that's okay. That might be a better match, actually. UFR0J332LBs. We have 6.3 volts, 3300, 5mm spacing, 10mm width, 27mm height, 18 milliohms. It's about 5-6 milliohms higher, but that's a tiny amount. So let's go for that one. That'll do fine. No, that's the wrong one. That's the one I want. Let's clean up that. That's okay. That is the one, isn't it? 18, yep. Let's just pop that in there for the moment. Put that in there. Take that back up again. And edit that. Done. Right, those are the ones that are leaked. I'm not going to bother hunting out replacements for the other ones just now. Right. Cool, it's 9:15 already. How time flies when you're not having fun. When you're being tortured by electronics component suppliers. Let's just have a look in my collection of capacitors and see what I've got here. If I'm not hooked up on my bench. I should have suitable capacitors because I've done an ASRock board before and I do like to use the same kind of capacitors over and over again. Let's see what I've got. These are 6.3 volt, 1000 microfarad. These are 6.3 volt, 330 microfarad. They are the right size. Slightly shorter, that's fine, but the same thickness. I'm going to need 3 of those, aren't I? Is that the same? Yeah, there's 2. Have I got a third one? Please tell me I've got a third one. Come on, there must be a third one here somewhere. There's a third one. Excellent. I've got enough capacitors, I think, to be able to do a recap of this now. Have I got enough of these? I probably haven't, actually. I need 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those I've got there. Any loose ones in here? Probably not. Oh, there's 1. 9. 4. 10. 11. 2 more, come on, 2 more. Yes, 1 more. 1 more, come on, let's find it. Is there going to be 1 more capacitor in here? Will we hit the jackpot? I think that'll be a no. Oh, well, 1 capacitor short. 1 capacitor. I mean, that's just painful. These are far too big. They'll be high voltage, 35 volt. No. 16 volt, 3300s. 220, 50 volt. Damn it! One capacitor short. One! Just one! That's just... I'm one cap short of a recap. One cap, short. Bit of an echo in here, I think. Right. Have I got anything even vaguely close? What's that one? 470 at 25, but it's a bit chunky. It might do as a temporary one, just to get it working. I can't believe we're just one cap short. That's just teasing me, isn't it? I've got it 12 and I need 13. I've got 3 of those ones. I mean, it might be happily functioning with one cap less than it's supposed to have. So I'm going to go ahead and do the recap regardless. Okay, let's get the desk up. Right, so it's soldering time now. I'm going to try and dig my soldering iron out from this mound of junk on my desk. I really need to spend a week sorting my desk out sometime. Right. Get my detail glasses on. Get my soldering board out. And what have I done with my wick? There it is. There's my flux and my solder. Right. Yes, I use an MIU for my desk, most recently used. Right. Let's start off with the big ones, I think. Let's just move a few things out of the way so I can see the temperature of the soldering iron. Is it up to temperature yet? Not quite. Now it is. Okay. So we're starting off with this one, and the negative of all of these go to the back of the board. That's easy to remember. One day I will get a proper desoldering gun thing, but for now I use the heat and wiggle method. First spicy one removed. Yeah, the problem with desoldering guns is they cost money. Maybe I'll make my next bit goal a desoldering gun. Come on, suck it up, suck it up. That one's clear. Now wait for the ground plane to heat up. That's clear. Okay.
With 100 bits, Cog 2015 says.
Shoe 100 used to the gun earth dissolving gun.
Oh, thank you very much, Cock. Let's see if I can get this to go through the hole. Come on, in you go. In you go. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad you qualified that TTS there, Cop. Otherwise the AI bots might have found it too suspicious. Come on. Are you going to flow properly? Get down the hole, will you? Doesn't want to flow. That's a bit better. Okay, the next one is here. Yeah, €130 works out about the same as I'm looking at for buying one. They're about £75, £80, I think. Or probably gone up by now, of course, thanks to pesky inflation. Okay, spicy number 2 removed. If he were to ban you, I would think about upgrading you to moderator and then just watch the a moderator war ensue. It's almost cleared. I'm not sure if it's plugged up with solder or plugged up with flux at the moment. I think that'll be okay. Right, try and get this to go through. Yeah, that's gone through easily enough. flux. Can never have too much flux. Try and get this to flow properly onto the heavy lump of copper it's connected to. That looks okay. Right, that's 2 done. Yes, it's not the most efficient layout, really, is it? But hey, it's ASRock, which is it's that Asus's cheap one, isn't it? Their budget line, ASRock. Right, final spicy one of these is here, which is these 2 pins here. This one doesn't have a big lump of copper on it, so it's melting an awful lot easier. Spicy 3 removed. Okay. And solder this one in. That went an awful lot easier. Right, let's trim these down. And a bit more flux on them and reflow them a bit. Tidy it up. There we go, much nicer. Okay, big spices done. Now onto all the myriad of little spices. Right. We'll start with this one here, which has the negative pointing to the rear of the board. Releasing him gradually. Nearly out. There's only a very tight space, so I can't wiggle him much. There we go. One spicy removed. I've become so used to working without a desoldering gun that I'm not sure it would really actually benefit me that much, because I find it so easy doing it this way. Of course, there are those that say that solder wick is useless and should be avoided at all cost, but once you know how to use it, it's a very, very flexible and easy to use solution. You just have to know how to use it, and that takes time and effort. So if you're not willing to spend the time and effort, fair enough, but when you have no other choice but to use it, you soon learn how to use it. Right, next one here. Yes, it very much depends on your quality of flux as well. I mean, this is Chemwick, which comes, I think, pre-fluxed, and is a very high quality one. Plus I use gallons and gallons of flux on the board as well, so there's flux everywhere. Right, what was I doing? This one here, wasn't I? And these have the negative pointing down from the edge. Come on, move down. There we go. It's coming through gradually. Yeah, I tried using really cheap wick for a while, and yes, it is an awful lot better if you first dip it in flux or run a flux pen over it, or it makes a big difference having the extra flux. You can never ever have too much flux. If you think you've got enough flux, you haven't. You need more. I shall do this one next to it as well at the same time, I think. He measures his flux in millipauls, doesn't he? He has been known to use quite a few millipauls of flux. And yes, Cobb, this is completely and utterly fluxed. Fluxed beyond repair. clear? Yep, that's clear. Not sure that one is though. Let's just give this one a bit more of a wicking. Not sure that one's cleared, has it? No, it hasn't. In the sink with dish soap? No, I just use IPA. Just IPA, that's all I use. This one's refusing to clear out. Nope, still not clearing. I might have to come from the other side. Or use my other trick, actually. I might use my other trick. Which is... yeah, that's the one. Put a blob of low temperature solder paste on there and melt it in to reduce the overall melting point of the whole joint. And then wick that out. And if that doesn't work, I'll stab it. Yep, that's worked. Right. Two capacitors. Eine. Oh, that was not quite cleared enough. Almost going through. There we go. Zwei. One soldered in. And the other soldered in. Right, which one next? This one, I think. Which has the negative again towards the centre of the board. Nearly out. Come on. One more should do it. There we go. That's that spicy out. Is this one going to clear out for me or not? It's going to be one of those annoying ones that doesn't. Come on, clear, clear. Nope, not going to come out that one. Where's my solder paste gone? There it is. A good blob of solder paste. Melt it in. Feel free. I'm just quoting from Blackadder. There we go, that's cleared that one out. There we go, another one done. 4 done. Next one. Oh, we must tackle this one that's right up inside here, which has the negative going to the edge of the board. That's going to be a painful one to get out, that one. So it's eins, not ein, then eins. Is it eins or eins? Is it a hard or a soft S? A vocalised or non-vocalised? You normally hear, or where I'm quoting from, it's always coupled with Svi, so it's ein Svi. So it's hard to know, unless you're a native speaker, whether it's ein or eins Svi. Is it ein Svi or eins Svi? It's just ein Svi for 1, 2. So this is a really awkward one to try and get out, and I'm glad that it's oriented the way that it is. I can actually rock it backwards and forwards. If it was rotated 90 degrees, I would have no hope of getting this one out. So there'd be no room at all. Did your message get moderated? Not that I know of. I don't see any moderated messages. Everything... No, there's nothing in the auto mod queue. Is it foobar? The last message you sent was foobar. Fouled up beyond all recognition. Right, that one's finally come out. Yeah, I've never actually learned any German as such, only what I've seen on telly or in the media and that sort of thing. I'm much more at home with Swedish than German. I did French at school, but I dropped that as soon as I could. French is a silly language. I've sung choral works in German, but I've no idea what it was I was singing. When I first went to Sweden when I was 4 years old, and I lived there for 3 months. So my first sort of schooling was in Sweden, in Swedish. I can't remember any of it now though, but apparently when I started school back here in England, and I don't remember any of this, I don't remember any of this at all, but apparently the teacher asked the class who could count up to 10, and I put my hand up and stood up and promptly counted up to 10 in Swedish, and she was like, "What?" This one is just not wanting to clear out, and I am not surprised. Let's try going from this side for a minute. There's some of the solder paste I put on has come through to this side, which is good. It's obviously made its way through. Hopefully that will now make its way out. No, this one just does not want to clear out at all. Sort of thinking about clearing out, but let's come through from this side with the wick and see what I can get it to do. Trouble is we've got what looks like ground plane on both sides of the board here. Oh, I can just about see a tiny, tiny spot of light through there. That's a good sign. I think the only German I know is the important things. And it's the things that you should always learn in every language before you go abroad. Ein Bier bitte, ich liebe dich. You don't need to know anything else, just those two. Right, I'm going to try and get this through. Actually, no, first I'm going to clean it up a bit. It's gone quite crusty in there now. Nope, can't get that in there. That's a useful one to know, yes. Right, I'm going to use a slightly different method for this one then, since I can't quite get it to clear out enough. He says as it just goes straight through, so ignore everything I've just said. It's obviously just plugged up with flux. Right. Let's try and solder this one in place. That'll do. I'm not sure we should know that sort of thing. Right, next one. This one here, I think, by the IDE connectors. Which is negative pointing this way. I think he's gone to sleep again. He's either editing a video on a work call or just sulking down in the basement thinking I've locked him in. Are we allowed to know what the topic of this video is then, Carrot House? Is it a Dell? That's not wanting to clear out. Let's put a little bit of paste in that one. It must be a good one then. Yep, that's cleared. And we are that way around. What you need, Carrot House, for your videos is to have them all dubbed into English. I suppose it could be worse. You could be a French Canadian. Then none of us would have any clue what you're talking about. one more removed, and new one in. Yeah, I've had deliveries by 10:30 at night before now from the likes of Yodel. So there's still hope for it. Whether it's in one piece or not, though, is another matter. Right, which one shall I do next? I think I've got 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 capacitors left to do. Yeah, that adds up. Right, this one here next, I think, which is negative towards this end of the board. That way. Let's see if I can get this one to clear out. Come on, out you come. No, it hasn't quite cleared. Let's lower its melting point. That's got it. Right. That way around. Yes, here Yodel is a rather budget package delivery company. The one that a lot of the sort of YouTubers, no, eBayers and people like that use. Right, these two next, I think, which both point negative towards the back of the board. Yes, we've got a number of budget couriers in this country which are less than punctual, shall we say. We've got one that used to be called Hermes, which had to change its name because it had received a rather unfortunate nickname. And now they've renamed themselves to Every. And now they're just known as Every Package Goes Astray. And Yodel aren't that much better. Yeah, I have to say I have never actually really had a problem with Hermes/Every. Well, that's a lie. I did have one problem once with them, but that was a long time ago. But since then, I've never actually had a problem with them. You hear horror stories, and they usually take a good couple of weeks to deliver some parcels, but they do eventually get there. DHL, I ordered some circuit boards from China once, and opted for the express delivery using DHL. Never ever again, ever. They tried delivering them to a different country. I mean, trying to deliver them to the wrong place here somehow, or the wrong house in the road or whatever, but delivering it to somewhere in the wrong country and then spending another week rerouting it back to here. I mean, that's just... there's no excuse for that whatsoever. So I never opted for them again, ever. Just use the ordinary cheapest postage and it comes through as quickly as any of the others, really. These ones are being stubborn now. Come on, suck it out, suck it out. We might be able to get it into there. That one's gone in. Yeah, I once sent a package to Italy that had to get there overnight. It was an urgent package that was required by a customer for a presentation with their customer the next day. It had to get there overnight from the UK to Italy, which normally would not be a problem. We opted for Parcel Force because they offered a suitable service, an overnight delivery from the UK to Italy, no problem. So I packaged it all up, got in the car, drove off to the nearest big city so that it could be deposited at a major post office. And it sat there at that post office for the next day and then trundled its way up to another city miles away in England, and then sat there for a day, and then eventually made its way down to London, where it then sat there going through customs for a day, and then eventually, after about 4 or 5 days, it made its way over to Italy. I mean, how can that be an overnight service if it takes 3 days just wandering around parts of the UK? It was just awful. Needless to say, I made a bit of a stink of that and got my money back on the delivery, which was not cheap. And I've never used Parcelforce again. Right, which way around is this? Again, this is white stripe to the back of the board. Not too many left to do now. Oh yes, I remember CityLink. We used to have almost daily deliveries from them when I had my computer shop, because one of our major suppliers used to use them. Yes, I think we had the same nickname for them. Oh, we didn't bother with the stink. But certainly the first part of that nickname we had for them. A bit like South Park's City Wok. Chinese takeaway, Chinese restaurant. This one is not wanting to clear out at all. That was very clever of the driver. Has he got spy cameras in your house, has he? Or did he send out a drone to scout the area first before he decided he wouldn't bother trying to start his van? Oops. Come on, melt, will you? It's refusing to melt all the way through this one. There must be an inner ground plane or power plane that it's connecting to. that go then. Thought about it. Come on, through you come. Poke it through. Nope. There it goes. I've got it now. It's through. Through enough. Let's get the other one lined up. Nope, not quite enough through. There. Still not quite got enough through there yet. That should do. Right, let's get this one into position over the other hole and see if I can melt that one through. There it goes. And then we do the reverse of getting it out and just melt each side alternately. Is that bent? It has, it's bent. Straighten that up a bit. There we go. I hate having to do it this way, but when it refuses point blank to clear, sometimes you don't have a choice. Oh, for a desoldering gun. Oh, you off, are you, Carrot House? Well, I expect we'll see you tomorrow when I hopefully do my pre-Shelby stream. Is that in enough? Ooh, almost. A bit more from this one and I'll call that one done. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but I'll clean it up afterwards. There we go. Right. Last one. And then it's a wrong one to put in. This one in here, I think. Again, it's negative towards this end. This one feels like it's melting a bit easier than the last one. Come on, clear out, will you? Clear out. Thank you. A bit more from the other one. Perfect. That was a lot easier, that one. Right, now I've got this one here, which is a 25 volt 470 microfarad. Most of these capacitors, they're not that critical, they're just bulk capacitors for power distribution. So I'm sure this one won't really matter in the slightest. In fact, it'll probably be more than happy without the capacitor even in there at all. But I'll put one in anyway, just to be on the safe side. Come on. One cleared. Final hole. If this one final hole would clear, we'll be done. Nope. Let's try a bit more flux. No, it's not liking it. Let's try some low temperature paste. I can make a nice alloy out of that lot. That should hopefully now come through. Yep, that's got it. Right. It's got a slightly wider pitch, but not much. It's enough to go in, that's okay. Right. Now we trim them off and clean them up. And then it's the moment of truth. We shall put the chip and the memory back in and power it up and see what happens, if anything. You're off as well, are you? Yes, well, it's getting late. I shouldn't really be here now at this time of night, but I want to get this finished. So I shall just clean this up, try it out, and then finish the stream. Because it's getting late here. There we go. Right. No more soldering. Lots of IPA. That looks pretty good. Right. Testing time. Let's get the Duron back in. Is that the right way around? That's not the right way around, is it? That's the right way around. There we go. And the memory, all 512 megabytes of it. And the fan, I still haven't found my heatsink compound, so I'm not going to be running this for more than a few moments. That was the fan there, isn't it? CPU fan, yep. Okay. Stood on my headphone cable then. Let's pop my postcard in. Grab a suitable power supply. Right. There isn't a 4-pin power on this, is there? No. It's too old for a 4-pin power. Right. Now, I want... my Extron, I think, for this. For video output. And where is the cable? Down here. There we go, let's move my microphone. Right, let's see if that's working. Oh, is this set up for the right input? Yes, I think it is. Yep, that's working. Right. Now I need power, don't I? That's the right kind of power cable. Okay. And I shall plug in a keyboard just on the off chance that it might work. And we shall see what we see. Okay, fingers crossed. Where is the front panel header power switch? That's those two up there. Okay. Right. Power supply on. And we are go in 3, 2, 1. Power on. Fan spinning, lights on, numbers whirring. Post. We have post. Ha ha ha! K7VM2 BIOS. Brilliant. It works. System hardware monitor. 5 volt is at 4.97 volts. Perfect. We have a working board. Now, is there a date on this BIOS anywhere? It's the K7VM2 BIOS P1.9. And I'm not seeing a copyright date on here. Let's see if we can get it to boot into an operating system of some form. If it'll boot off USB, of course, this is. Let's try that one, see what it thinks of that. Kneecapping. No kneecapping. It's recapping. It's all recapped, it's working. Right. This may not work off USB. Boot device priority. It's found the hard drive, but it hasn't found the CD-ROM. That's unfortunate. It won't boot off USB CD-ROM, this. Let me just switch the USB into CD-ROM only mode. Mode select, CD mode. See if that works or not. See if it likes that for a setting. Carrot House has gone, I'm afraid, Urban Monkey. And so's Cobb. It's just you and me and anybody else who happens to be lurking in the corner. Ah, there we go. That's found it in the boot settings now, with it just in CD-ROM mode. It doesn't like multiple. And Caradas is still here. Let's see if this boots. I don't know if it will or not. Probably probing floppy drive at the moment or something silly like that. Aha. This is looking good. Slow because it's USB 2. But there we go. We have FreeDOS. Excellent. No C drive. Right. I'm happy with that. Can't see what I'm typing behind Garfield. But I think the chip might be getting a bit too warm at the moment as well, because there's no heatsink compound on that. I need to find my syringe of MX4. But I am calling it there, I think. There we go. Let's switch over to my other microphone now. I'm no longer working. Right, and where is it? There it is. There we go. Right. Just in time to say goodbye. I'm afraid so, yes. Well, it's gone 10 o'clock here now. It's time for me to disappear. But that was a remarkably successful venture there. The ASRock K7 VM2 AMD Duron motherboard. Recapped, catalogued and described on caps.wiki. And working. I am eminently happy with that. That can go back into its case and I can build up a computer around it now. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put on there. I might actually have it as a FreeDOS system actually, because I don't have a dedicated FreeDOS computer. And this one being a lowly Duron system is not really man enough for a Windows installation, I think. Or not a decent one. So I might have it as a free DOS. So yeah, that needs building up into a computer now. So that should be the next task, which I might do tomorrow before Shelby's stream if I have time. As a Shelby waiting room before raiding. I do quite enjoy doing that. So yeah, I'm happy with today's stream. I'm going to pack this lot up now and go and wash the sticky, horrible flux off my hands. So, yeah, I guess that means outro. If I can find my mouse, there it is. Outro time. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure, recapping the ASRock K7 VM2 motherboard. If I just unplug it. Ow, ow, I hate these big connectors. Yes, this motherboard all recapped and working and happy. That is now going to get built up into a computer, possibly free DOS. So thank you for joining me on this. If you enjoyed this stream, you might want to follow the channel to be notified when I'm streaming next, which will be next Monday at 7 PM, with the possibility of a pre-Shelby stream tomorrow from about 6:30 perhaps, if I have time. If you really like what I do, you might want to subscribe to the channel to help support my ventures and messing around with these sort of things. You will also find me on Discord and YouTube, and there is Patreon, but don't bother with it because I'm winding that down. There isn't enough demand for it at the moment. So, but yes, until next time, thank you again for joining me, and I will see you soon.